What's up, everybody? This week's workout is going to be something really fun. I love doing workouts like this. You are not going to need any equipment, just some space to move, preferably a soft mat or a yoga mat or maybe a plushy carpet if you have one. We are going to have some floor work, but today's workout is going to be a progressive basics to advanced circuit. It's really fun. It is only 3 circuits, 1 time through, no finisher. So what it's going to look like is it's going to be kind of the same 5 workouts, but they're going to progress a little bit. So the first time through, we are going to be working for 40 seconds, kind of in the basic movement. Second circuit, we are only going to be working for 30 seconds. It's going to kind of be intermediate level. And then the third circuit is going to be the advanced movements or the highest cardio movements, but those are only for 15 seconds. So as the movements get more difficult, a little bit more tiresome, you put a lot more work into it, we're cutting the time down. So the basic moves kind of get your form down, get the movement down. If at any point you decide intermediate's too tough or the advanced is too tough, keep it to your preference. So if you need to bump it back down to the basic, that's totally fine. If you don't have a lot of space to move, if maybe you have neighbors or people you don't want to disturb or something, and you don't want to do the jumping movements, or just you're not feeling it today, that's totally fine. Stick with the basics. So we are going to get started. We have a quick warm-up. We're going to jump right into the circuit. Like I said, no finisher. Think of that advanced movement as your finisher today, and then we'll cool down. So if you want to stand up with me, we are just going to start with some tin soldiers. I really love these. So standing nice and straight, roll your shoulders back, and then you're just going to swing opposite foot to opposite hand, making sure you're standing nice and straight. You're not going forward like this. Your hand does not have to touch your toe. If you need to bend your foot, that's fine. Whatever works best for you. Just kind of lubricating those hip and those shoulder joints, a little bit of ab wake up. 3, 2, 1, stay right here. We're gonna do some hip openers. So starting with our left, keeping our bodies nice and straight, open that left hip up to the back, step again. Kind of like we're stepping over a big log or a low fence. Keeping our bodies nice and straight, really just using that hip joint. 1 more on this side, we're gonna go right to the other. A direct switch over, beautiful. That nice big step over that fence. You can keep your leg bent, you don't have to do it straight. Ooh, I'm twisting a little bit, see? Stay nice and straight. 3, 2, 1. And if you guys want to meet me down here, we are just going to do some runner's lunges. So you can get yourselves into a nice high plank position, shooting that right foot out to the outside of your right hand, other leg straight, planting that left hand, and opening and twisting that right arm to the sky, going as far back as you can. You don't have to go totally over, nice and straight, getting a T-spine stretch. If you want to drop that arm, that forearm to the ground for a little bit of an extra stretch, you can. Otherwise, plant that right hand, shoot that right foot back, and do the same on the other side. So shoot that left foot outside of the right hand. I'll twist so you can see me. Peel open that left hand to the sky. If you if you put your forearm to the ground for the other side, you can do it on this side. Only to your comfort level. Perfect. Shoot that leg back. We're going to do 1 more on each side. So right foot outside of the right hand. And just kind of take this one a little quicker. Do a nice little stretch. Ooh, that should feel nice and good in your hips. Peel, open up that spine. Perfect. Now stay down here. Drop those knees safely. We're going to do a 3D hip matrix. I love these. So in a kneeling position, left foot down, right foot forward. We are going to just do 3 on each side. This kind of opens every part of our body. I love these. So you're going to, using your hips to push forward, you're going to sweep and pull. I'm going to walk you through it right here. You should feel that stretch in that hip flexor. Bringing your arms up, Go stretch up to the sky, and you're going to twist over the right leg, twist to the left, and when you're back here with the twist, kind of just drop that right hand and do a nice stretch with your arm overhead. If you can't go that far, if you need to hold your shin, whatever. Beautiful. We're gonna do 2 more times, then we switch to the other side. So sweep and reach, twist, twist, and back. Ooh, I love how these feel. Sweep, twist, twist, and back. Awesome, we're gonna switch right to the other side. So right leg behind you, left foot on the floor. We're just gonna do opposite. So sweep. Now we're gonna twist first over our left, then to the right, and bend. I love this one. This kind of wakes up every little part of our body, our hip flexors, our abs, our shoulders, our glutes, our quads, all that good stuff. Last one, nice big sweep. Twist, twist, and a nice, beautiful bend. All right, so I am gonna go over the 5 workouts with you first before we start. Then we are gonna get going. So like I said, the beginner workout is gonna be 40 seconds. Intermediate is going to be 30. Advanced is going to be 15. So if at any point you are feeling tired, you're not feeling it today, it's a little too much for you, you don't have the space, whatever, go back to the basics. I just don't wanna see you doing nothing. So our first workout for this circuit, I'm gonna move up and down here, are just basic squats. We've all done these, so feet a little bit more, then hip width apart, toes pointing slightly out, and we are just gonna squat, squat. We're not doing speed squats. You guys don't have to worry about like going super deep, however works for you. First one is a squat. After that, we are going to do backward stepping lunges. We're gonna alternate. So again, 90-degree angles. We are hinging our body just a little tiny bit forward. We're not arching our back. So a little tiny bit lean, and step back, and step back. Try to hover that knee, that back knee. Try not to tap it to the ground. If you need to do a little tap, that's fine. I just don't want to see you tap, rest, go back up. After that is a plank. Again, we have done these. Now you can do these in a high plank or a forearm plank, whatever you would like. If you want to bring them down to your knees, you can. For the sake of the workout and the advancement, I'm gonna stay with a high plank. So you're gonna keep your shoulders above your wrists. For more advancement, keep your toes together. More stability, spread them apart. You can always drop to your knees, keeping that pelvis tucked, or you can go onto your forearms. We're gonna hold that for 40 seconds. After that, we have seated twists. So you are going to sit on your butt, knees together, heels and ankles together, rolling your shoulders back. Pretend I'm poking you in the belly. You lean back just a little bit, and we are just gonna twist and twist. Try to pretend that you're trying to touch your elbow to the ground. You necessarily do not have to touch your elbow to the ground, but that type of movement to use your obliques. If you are not twisting today, I want you to just stay back here and hollow hold. You can always do a little tap. You don't have to do a full twist. You can stay right here. Even staying straight and doing that opposite arm tap will activate your obliques. You'll feel it. And then finally, last but not least, we have push-ups. So you can do a regular push-up up here. We're gonna do a tricep push-up for the sake. So keeping your elbows tight, pushing back up. You can always go down on your knees, elbows tight, pushing back up. So that is our first circuit, 40 seconds of work. You're gonna have a little bit of a break in between, and then we're gonna go to the next circuit. So let me straighten you all up here. Let me get my timer started. Everyone get ready for those squats in 3, 2, and 1. Now with this first one, this first circuit, just get your form down. We have 40 seconds. If you want to speed it up and go balls to the wall, you have that for that last circuit where we only have 15 seconds of work. Right now, I just want you to get the movements down, take it nice and easy. Have good form. Squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit at the top. We're not arching our backs. We have nice, beautiful long spines, looking good. We have about 10 more seconds. Exhaling on the way up, the squeeze up. 3, 2, and 1. That was our first one. I'm gonna reset our timer here for another 40 seconds. And after that, we have our backwards stepping lunges. So get ready. 3, 2, 1, and we're alternating. If you wanna stay on one side and switch after 20 seconds, that's fine. I'll give you the 20-second mark. I just wanna make sure you're not stepping too far back, but you're not doing little baby lunges. Nice 90-degree angles. If you're doing one side, switch now to the other. That's our 20-second mark. We're about halfway down. Like I said, leaning a little bit forward. I hold my hands in front of me. You can hold them kind of right on your hips there, whatever you like. In front of you if you want like an advancement above your head. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Ooh, my heart rate's already coming up here. All right, so we have our plank next, again, for 40 seconds. I'm setting our timer. Meet me on the ground here in 3, 2, and 1. Tucking our pelvis. Now I want a little, let me move here so you can see. I don't want like tucking your hips down. Actually, you do just the tiniest little tuck of your pelvis in. You don't have your butt in the air like this. We're not doing downward dog, but just that little tiny tuck of the pelvis. Do you feel your abs engaged there? That is what I want. Squeezing, squeezing with your butt cheeks, and almost kind of push away from the floor. Don't sink into your wrists. That's where it's gonna hurt your wrists and your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees safely to the ground. Shake out those wrists a little bit. We have those seated twists next, or you can stay solid and just tap with your arms if you're not twisting today. So meet me on the ground here for some seated twists in 3, 2, 1, and beautiful. You can, now if you want to twist, if you're not doing the elbows, if you don't have that range, you can touch and twist with your arms. If you're not twisting, just tap with those arms. Like I said, you will still feel it. Exhale and squeeze, inhale on the way back to the center. Now take these nice and slow, following your gaze. Now I'm not worried about advancements here. I don't want you floating your legs, anything like that. That will come, I promise. Just take this nice and easy. 3, 2, and 1. We are going to finish with those push-ups for 40 seconds. So take them however you want. If you need to do them on your knees, if you're doing a full push-up, that is fine, but we are doing a tricep push-up. So get ready in 3, 2, 1. Your hands under your shoulders. Exhale on that push-up. Inhale on the way down. Keeping those elbows nice and tight to the sides of your body. I don't want to see you flailing your elbows out like this. Nice and tight. We're about halfway through. This is a full body workout. Your legs, your glutes, your abs, your upper body is getting lots of work today. 3, 2, and 1. Shake out those wrists. Give yourself a break. While you guys are resting, I'm gonna go over the advancements now. So this is kind of our intermediate part. So if you want to stay with the basics, that is totally fine. Sometimes a modification is an advancement based on how you're feeling, based on how slow you're moving. Sometimes a slower movement is much more difficult than a fast movement, and that's better for you sometimes. So take it however you need to. So the second circuit, if you are taking the intermediate, it's gonna be all the same workouts we just did, so keep those fresh in your mind. They're just gonna be bumped up a little bit. We're turning up the heat just a little bit. So That squat that we did is going to do a squat pulse to toes. What does that look like? So we know our regular squat, you're gonna go down to a squat, kind of do just a little pulse, back down, come up. As you come up, you lift your heels off the ground, plant yourself back. So squat, pulse to toes. Squat, pulse to toes. Squat, pulse to toes. Kind of reset every time. Take them nice and slow again. Like I said, you don't have to do crazy speeds. If you want to kind of just stay here in a squat pulse, that is fine. If you want to just do a squat to toes, squat to toes, that's fine. Take it what works for you. Our second, so our backwards stepping lunge is going to do, we're going to switch to hover lunges. What do those look like? So normally, you do the backwards lunge, you go like this. A hover lunge, you are going to keep your arms above your head if you can. If you need to hold onto a chair, a wall, that's fine. It's almost kind of like a stability exercise. So when we do like an airplane, think of that type of movement, only turn it into a lunge. So you're going to step back, get that stability, and then we're gonna do a wide lunge like that, back to center. So we're gonna be doing those, back to center, but we're gonna alternate. So you kind of have that little bit of stability right here. If that's too much for you, you can stay with a regular backward stepping lunge. So the hover lunge, you're stepping a little farther back than a regular lunge. For a regular backwards lunge, I normally wouldn't want you stepping that far back, but we want that stability. So that's what those look like. After that, we have planks with knee taps. Y'all have done these with me before. So it's a regular plank. You're gonna go down into a forearm position if you can. Plank with a toe tap. Try to stand back here if you can see it because I have black pants on. So I'm gonna go on the ground. So forearms down here, hands up here if you want for a little bit more stability. The forearms are gonna be more of a challenge. You're gonna get into a plank position and just tap opposite toe out, back to center, opposite toe out, back to center. It's not a big move, but you're keeping your hips and your body totally stable. Otherwise, you're staying in a regular plank like we did the last time. That is your third move. After that, we have butterfly sit-ups. So it's a regular sit-up, but you're gonna be sitting in a butterfly position. So your feet together, knees apart, open like a book. And what you do is you just lay back like a regular sit-up. Now you're not sitting all the way up, so your hands behind your head, keeping your head kind of weighted in your hands, and you're just squeezing with your abs, keeping your chin tucked, but keeping that butterfly position. That's gonna keep the bottom half of your body very stable. So you have to activate more of your core. That is our fourth workout. After that, we have wide push-ups. So like I said last time, don't do wide because they'll be coming into play. So now you get to do those. So again, on your feet, if you are doing them, a nice wide stance. Make sure your hands are wider than your shoulders. Wide, exhale on the push-up. You can keep your feet down, wide, exhale on the push-up. You'll get a little bit of a different work in your back there. So, you had a nice long break. We went over all the intermediate workouts. We have only 30 seconds for this, so cutting the time down, you get to advance it a little bit. There's a ton of modifications if you need them, so take them where you need them. We are gonna get started here with the squat pulse to toes in just a few seconds. Like I said, we have 30 seconds this time. So up it if you can. 3, 2, 1. Squat, pulse, toes. Squat, pulse, toes. Reset every time to get that stability. Now the pulse is not a big move. You're not like doing a full squat like that. It's just a little boink and to toes. Boink and to toes. Beautiful, keeping your knees nice and wide. Using your arms to kind of thrust yourself up if you can. 3, 2,
and 1. We have those hover backwards lunges. I'm just setting the timer here for us. Everyone get ready. We're alternating these in 3, 2, 1, and hover, lunge, set back, switch, hover, lunge, set back. Now with the hover lunge, because you are stepping much farther back, if you need to do a tiny little tap of your knee on the ground, that is fine. Now this hover motion, like I said, activates that lateral stability, and your arms over your head actually activates that core. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, guys. We have our planks with our knee taps next. Again, if you can do them on your forearms, that's preferred. Otherwise, stay on your hands. 3, 2, 1. Forearm and toe tap, back to center, toe tap, back to center. Keeping your shoulders over your elbows, not far back this. Now really squeezing your butt cheeks. This activates so much of your core. Pretend that you have like a really hot beverage on your back and you do not want to spill it and burn yourself. Guys, we have 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees safely. We have those butterfly sit-ups next. Let me catch my breath and reset our timer here. Guys, we're almost done with this one. Look at how fast 30 seconds goes. 3, 2, and 1. Butterfly position with our knees, and we are just crunching using our abs. A lot of times when we do crunches, we want to like hoist up with our elbows and our necks. No sir, no ma'am. Exhale on that squeeze, using your core to squeeze you up. You're kind of just using the hands behind your head as like a counterweight. An extra stability to keep yourself centered. You're not using this to hoist yourself up. 3, 2, 1. Roll ourselves up. We have those wide push-ups last but not least. Let me turn you down a little bit here. And there we go. All right, we have 30 seconds of these wide push-ups. Guys, and then we have our advanced option and we are done. We get to cool down. This went by so fast. Get ready, wide push-ups. In 3, 2, 1. Nice and wide. Your hands and wrists are still under your shoulders, or where your shoulders should be. They're not directly under your shoulders. And really spread all of that real estate in your hand. Really squeeze through your butt cheeks, keeping your pelvis tucked. We're not touching our chests or our hips to the floor. Guys, we have about 3 more seconds. You're not done till I say you are. 3, 2, 1. Shake out those wrists. Okay. Take a breath. You made it to the advanced option. Again, it's only 15 seconds. So the time is going to fly by. Only take the advanced option if you're comfortable, if you have the energy, you have the space, you will not hurt yourself. I do not want you guys to hurt yourself and do these, but these are so fun. This is what we've been training for. If you need to bump it down to the intermediate or back down to the basic, that is totally fine. But while you guys wait, I am going to go over these with you. So this is where all of that pent up energy gets to come out. So those squats and squat to toes, you guessed it, they're turning into squat jumps. So these are so much fun. So you're going to, again, get to a squat position, and then using your hands to hoist yourself up, we are going to jump. Landing nice and soft on the balls of our feet. When we land, our knees are going wide, they're not going in. And it's not a big jump. I'm not looking for height. It's just a nice little whoop, whoop, just a nice little bounce off the ground. If you have like downstairs neighbors, you can just do speed squats, but I still want you to do that kind of hoist motion with your hands. So that is our first advancement. The second are split lunges. So again, there's that jump coming in. We're gonna alternate. Again, not a big jump, just enough to switch. If you need to go back to center, you can. I will show you. So you're gonna start in a lunge position, And again, using your arms to hoist yourself, you're gonna switch your legs. So you're gonna hoist, switch, lunge, switch, lunge, switch, lunge. If you need to jump back to the center, lunge, jump back to center, lunge, that is fine. Otherwise, go back to our basics, our intermediate, and then our plank advances into a mountain climber. Nothing too crazy. We have done these 100 times before. Let me get, there we go. You know what they look like. Hands and wrists under our shoulders. Good high plank position for 15 seconds. Run those knees into your chest. Staying nice and light on the balls of your feet. If you need to do like a step and a step, that is fine. Or you can stay with those planks or the plank toe touches. Down there, we're gonna stay and we are going to advance into a hollow hold. So, like we did with our side touches, you are going to keep your knees and your ankles and your feet glued together. Roll your shoulders back, and as you kind of roll back, let those feet float. And you are going to lift those arms above your head if you can. Otherwise, you can stay in a boat position. Proper hollow hold is going to be like this. A nice C curve, 15 seconds. Or sometimes they're called earthquakes. After that, we have a low cobra hold. So what that's going to look like is we've all done cobra pose when we're doing yoga. We do cobra. Low cobra is down here. Let me get more down there. There you go. But we are going to stay suspended in the air. If you can keep your knees not on the ground, it's only for 15 seconds. But what you're going to do is, I sometimes like to get myself into a cobra position first, and you are going to push up. I am only off the ground like 2 inches. Boom, hold it there for 15 seconds. If you need to drop your feet, you can. Whew, that is going to wake up your upper body. And then we cool down. So, everyone get ready. We have only 15 seconds and then we're done. You're welcome, and then you have the rest of the day to relax. So, waste not, want not. Let's get ready with those squat jumps in 3, 2, 1. Squat, jump, jump. Nice and light. These are fun. I like these. Guys, you already have 5 more seconds. It's not a big jump. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Don't get too comfortable. We don't have big breaks here because we're almost done. We have those split jumps. Everyone get ready. In 3, 2, 1. And split, jump. Nice and light on your feet. Again, keeping our knees facing out. Don't make them go in. We don't want to hurt ourselves. 3, 2, 1. What is next? We have our mountain climbers. Let me get the timer started. Whew, nice and fast. We are almost done, guys. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Nice and fast. Nice and light on our feet. Wrists and hands are under our shoulders. We're pushing away with our hands. We're not sinking into our wrists. 3, 2, 1. Drop those feet. Whew. Getting your heart rate up, right? All right, we have that hollow hold. Get ready. In 3, 2, 1. Hollow hold. And pretend I'm poking you in the belly. Shoulders back. Whew. Everything should be shaking. I am so shaky right now. 3, 2, 1. We have that low cobra hold for 15 seconds. Oh my goodness, guys, and we're done. Look at how fast this went. All right, everyone get ready for that cobra hold. Oh my goodness, 3, 2, 1, and push up. Really kind of push up through like your hips away. Your chin should be like just barely off the ground. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're almost done, you got it. 3, 2, 1, drop. Whew. Oh my goodness. You guys did so awesome. I am so tired. We are gonna cool down. You deserved it. Whew, your heart rate should be up with that last part. 15 seconds is not a long time, but it's enough time to get your heart rate up. You get a lot more work in than you think you can. So we are gonna start with some 90-90 hips. So hands behind you, feet in front of you, and keeping your hips and your top of your body straight. Just drop your knees to one side, back to the center, knees to the other side. Nice little 90 degrees. Whew, if you need to do like a little counter turn with your upper body, sometimes that feels really nice. Using this moment to catch our breath. Whew, I need it. That should feel really nice after all those squat jumps and split jumps. Your hips are awake. All right, so knee back in the center. We have just a hamstring floss. So what that looks like, roll down on your back, keeping your one foot planted. I'm gonna start with my right foot planted. Put your left foot to the sky and kind of just hold the back of your hamstring. Kind of floss your hands behind. You can do back of your hamstring, back of your shin, anything like that, your calf. And you're just going to pull it very, very gently towards your face. If you need to bend your knee, that's fine. I'm not looking for a full fold, just enough to feel right here. You can do like some ankle circles if those feel good for you up here. Use this moment to catch your breath. And drop that leg, switch right to the other side. Whew, this side is much, much tighter for me. I have to bend this one a little bit. If it's in your practice, once you feel comfortable with the stretch, bring it just a little closer to your face, just to your edge. Don't do it where it hurts. Just where you're comfortable and you can feel that nice release. And safely drop that leg. We have just 2 more cool downs. We're just gonna do a side lying T-spine stretch. So going back on our backs, we are going to put your arms out to the side like a T. Your knees are towards the sky. I want you to drop those knees towards the left, and you're going to look over to your right hand. Keeping your shoulders on the ground. I don't want to see you lifted up like this. And take nice, nice deep breaths all the way into your belly. This is kind of our last 2 cool downs in one. It's a mix of a T-spine stretch. And I want you to get some nice, big diaphragmatic breaths. So really breathe deep into your diaphragm and your belly. And let out nice, big breaths. Letting that heart rate cool down. When you breathe in deep, feeling that stretch on that side body. And bring your feet back towards the center. We're gonna go right to the other side. So drop them to the right. Look over to your left hand. And nice, deep breaths. You guys did wonderful today. Your heart rate should be cooling down just a little bit here. You should be able to breathe just a little bit more regularly. You shouldn't be able to hear your heartbeat in your ears anymore. Awesome. And roll back to center. You guys are all set. You did an awesome job today. I hope you feel really good. I feel really good. I'm gonna take a shower and I will see you guys next week.